Good evening, short story writers. Tonight's fiction writing prompt is, as promised 2 days ago, tables. Things that surround us. You can take anything. So this is the preamble. You can take anything and you turn it into a fiction writing prompt, a short story idea, by asking yourself, what does it do and how can it provide a problem? Okay, and do I have to stick with this or can I expand it? Those three questions. The most important one is, how can it be a problem? So, tables. What do we know about tables? What do they symbolize? Tables have many functions. They can be small tables by the side of the occasional table by the side of the bed or by the side of the sofa, or something there for putting your snacks on. They can be formal dinner tables, dining tables. They can be desks. They can also be, I don't know what the word is, a desk in a board meeting. So you got like Knights of the Round Table. And there was a problem straight away. King Arthur asked himself, what can I do about this? You know, people look at me on my left and my right, and the people down the bottom are going to be a bit not so happy to be down there. So I can make everybody equal by making it a round table. Therefore, nobody has prime position. And I don't know whether that meant he sat in the middle, cross-legged or something, and faced everybody as best he could. Who knows? Anyway, tables can be those at those fancy events that politicians and people hold, where people pay a lot of money to go and support a political candidate. So they do that. Those are functions, and that last one could provide problems in a boardroom. It could symbolize the nearer you get to the CEO or the boss, then Hamlet-like infighting, or Macbeth-like infighting. I don't know. Pick your Shakespearean tragedy. Tables for parties. You haven't got enough room and you need something to stand in as a table. It could be you need chairs. Maybe the table collapses, the food goes on the floor. Big problem for the host and or hostess, if that's a word we're allowed to use these days. The person throwing the party. Got water tables, you've got mathematical tables. See, this is thinking laterally. What else can table mean? And you can table emotion. So you can start off with writing all these things down and then asking yourself, how can these things be a problem? How can they form a problem? And then what would the outcome be? What would the result be that the main character wishes to achieve? And then you've got, obviously, I said water tables, but the opposite, La Mesa, is a name of a plateau. It's a I don't know whether it's granite or is that red stuff in is it Nevada? In the Grand Canyon, or that sort of area. Yeah, that's one. So yeah, tables. The legs can break. You can bash into them and damage or bruise part of your body, and then maybe later on your partner stroke spouse is a little bit suspicious. Or it could be that as a kid you run into one and this causes problem for the main character, because the bruising is seen when the child goes onto the playing field, and the suspicion that the child is being abused at home, and there's a big investigation. What else could happen with a table? The table could be you buy it in a burst of enthusiasm. It looks great in the showroom, and when you get it home, it's far too big. Somebody could build a table. Tommy Walsh did this once in an episode of, is it Changing? No, Homefront? No. Was it Homefront? It was a gardening program with Alan Titchmarsh, and it was it was massive. He didn't build it for, for normal sized people. He built it for giants, and I'm sure that there could have been some fallout after the program as a result of him taking, not him personally, but in a similar sort of situation, somebody could have their carpentry skills being ridiculed, and there could be a fight, and that would be a nice problem. What problems could tables solve? Flip it on its head. Would table be a solution to a problem in any particular situation? What about a pasting table? You're redecorating a room and the table holds the paints, or you're using it to put wallpaper paste on, and it collapses, or it's filthy and the wallpaper goes up and it looks worse than the wall underneath. I'm going to leave you to decide what, according to your genre, what you do with this, but I'm pretty sure that in science fiction, tables could be used in certain situations. I'm sure that they could be used for a seance in a horror or a fantasy story, and perhaps in a thriller, somebody could hide underneath a table temporarily while an attack is taking place. So, under 7 minutes, right? As usual, if you find this useful, hit the thumbs up, or don't hit it, just touch it gently. Okay, that'll be sufficient. There's no need to hit smash or do any of those silly verb things that people say you should do. Don't, no smashing. It's a delicate piece of equipment and very, very expensive. And equally, touch. The thumbs down if you find this an utterly useless suggestion. But as fiction writing prompts go, it's not too bad. So, I hope you found that short story idea useful, and if you did, happy writing.